Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Week 7 of the Shinhan Tank Pro League. Two great matches coming up tonight. iRk versus aSh, and then, SouL versus White as our second series.
Yep.
I'm joined by my two fabulous co-hosts. I should introduce myself as Rapid, and then Kix SD.
Hello.
And Cadenzi. All of us here together.
How's it going?
In one place
At
for
one
some
time.
reason.
And in jail.
Oh, that's right. We
Put in jail.
yeah, it was a little bit unfortunate. We made some decisions that maybe we shouldn't have. But we're in jail. We have StarCraft. We also have Jaffe Cakes back here too. So those are the true highlight. But also maybe a little bit of Brood War.
Professional mumbler.
I am the professional mumbler.
That's right. Every time we have a really impactful statement to make, we're just gonna hand it over to Cadenzi. Well, I just really think that it's gonna be like that Shy Ronnie video from Lonely Island. If you guys have ever watched that, Shy Cadenzi. Exactly. So, back to somebody who actually knows what they're talking about.
You say that, but I've completely forgotten what I usually do. So I guess the only thing we can really do is head into the overlay, have a look at the table as it sits so far. Both of these games are going to decide who gets out into the playoffs from Group B. So kind of important games from all the teams. I think there's currently like a two-way tie or something, and that's kind of crazy. So let me just bring up the overlay, and let's try and figure this out.
Good luck.
Let's do it.
My feedback killed everyone.
Ta-da! We did it.
We did. So as you can see from the table, SK Alpha did get disqualified, but they're still in the table, so ignore them. Net War is currently at the top of Group B, or Group A, sorry, with Naz close behind them. I think both of them are actually guaranteed a spot through now, unless DM then overthrew one of them, which they could do from their full walkover game series. There was one game. If we get to the point where we can cast it, we will. But if not, it's not too much of a big deal.
All I'm trying to say is that SouL and White need to just get on SK Alpha and NetWars level. Like I'm looking at the clear superiority of the international Brood War community here. It's just a little overwhelming.
It's kind of crazy, and I mean from Group B, SouL and White are going to be playing today. iRk are going to be playing against aSh. aSh haven't won a game yet, so it's going to be quite an uphill battle for them. They've fought well, but they've given a lot of walkovers and things like that. So unfortunately, they won't be making the playoffs. But SouL, White, and iRk can
show up to play your games in order to make the playoffs of the tournament.
You do. It's kind of crazy.
Oh my god!
I never thought of it. If I'm being honest, like when I was making this, I thought, no one will turn up. It's fine. We'll just have like 5-0s because no one actually turns up, you know?
And yet somehow, life finds a way.
Does, but not anymore.
Oh, that's right.
We don't mention him anymore. But yeah, I mean that's the table for today pretty much. The first match we're going to be seeing is going to be iRk versus aSh. Now, iRk doing a lot better than aSh, as you can see, you guys.
I can see that. Somehow, they've managed to get 6 wins and 4 losses as Zerg, so winning a higher win rate with Zerg than they do with Terran. That doesn't seem possible.
I don't think they've got a Terran.
Well, that's right, because that's the only way that's possible. Yeah. I'm a little bit biased, but I'm glad that at least we have Terran representation from aSh. I need predictions from people that actually can make qualified predictions here.
I don't think the eggs are going to crack today. I think the eggs are going to hold strong, and iRk are going to win.
Excellent logic.
A pretty good prediction, and the egg analogy, going with the logo, that's pretty impressive. I've never thought of doing that.
As somebody with no Photoshop skills, I'm very impressed with the ability to put eyes on eggs. Even the most basic thing, if they could have like perhaps colored the background in a tie-dye swirl, that really would have blown my mind. But as is, it's already pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I mean, the maps we'll see today is set 1, we're going to have Gladiator, set 2, Polaris Rhapsody, set 3, Grand Line SE, set 4, Neo Moonglaive, and finishing off if we get to the Ace match on Judgment Day. Now, I'll let Rapid introduce the players, because I usually do this, but there's someone else.
Oh my god. Okay. I usually do like northwest corner of the map, so it's interesting. Okay, so all right. Playing for iRk, starting out in game number 1 is Cubic versus Game. Now that doesn't sound like something that's going to be easy to cast, Kicks, because I'm just going to say game 1 between Game and... In the first game, Game did... Okay, well, whatever.
I have no idea if that's LRM Game. I don't know who this is. But then we're going to move it on to Favorite versus Goody in a PvP. I think I got that right, but maybe I got that wrong. But that could be a long game.
Yeah, also one that Cadenzi is going to be studying intently.
For no particular reason.
Yeah, why would that matter? I don't know.
Not like have to play against Favorite for the BSL Chovo last game or anything.
Well, luckily, all of his secrets will be revealed. Too bad he's playing PvP, but you know.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're still... You know, you can get a feel for it, right? Okay, next is Kamezerg versus Jojo. Jojo, of course, the clear... This is actually, like, casting StarCraft is fun, but also, like, trolling people that I've seen play before is by far the highlight.
Jojo beat me in yesterday's BSL, so...
Of course, that's why he would be the clear favorite. So,
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's the only person to take the game off of me.
Wow.
Oh my god.
He's pretty strong, but Kamezerg has played a pretty good ZVZ so far in the SCPL. He's done a pretty good job of it all, really.
Well, it's the rule of ZVZ is that if you are the better person, you are inherently more nervous about playing the ZVZ, because truly anything can happen. So...
And then, obviously, if we get to the ace match, we're going to go to that. But have a look at the players and their stats. Now, both of these have only played one game so far. Now, I mean, I'm not a statistics person, but as you can see, one player
Oh
clearly,
boy, but if you were, you would really have a field day with these stats. I'm looking at 100% win ratio, and, you know, there's only a few more percents higher than 100.
I know. I mean, if he was that good, he would be winning 110% of the time. But, you know, in this tournament...
He wins so many games, he wins more games than he's actually played. A literal god.
No, 0% is the best because you cannot go down from there. Get better.
That's a really, really good point. I've never thought of that, you know. He's the ultimate champion, really. He's just waiting for his time. He's biding his time to win. And they are going to be playing on Gladiator to start this off. Now, Rapid knows a little bit about Gladiator. He's seen a lot of Gladiator games
I actually saw a little bit of Gladiator mere moments ago when we were, in fact, eating pizza. It had the double decadence crust in it, which means that much like the map Gladiator, there are multiple levels to the plays that we can see here tonight. Right, Kix?
That is right, indeed. And there's low-level mains as well, so I think this is a PvZ. I cannot actually remember. No, it's possibly a PvP. You know what?
Let's
a
PvP.
Find out. Okay, it's a PvP. So let's find this out. We've seen a little bit of PvP recently on the ASL, so
You're going to see a lot more of it, too.
Yeah. You know, but that's not too bad. I know Rota is very, very happy about that. He's pretty cool. He loves PvP, and hopefully he enjoys this game. I know he's probably going to be intently watching this and then taking notes.
I thought it was PvZ.
No, he hates PvZ.
Oh, I thought this game was PvZ.
So did I, but there's no
Why
point.
is it not?
But it's not.
It's because it was Arkneon versus Goody, but then neither of them showed up for their one game. And I'm butchering his name, you know what? Let's not waste any more time, let's head on over to the game, and let's see how both of these players do fare on Gladiator here in their first game.
What?
I thought you were doing something.
No, I was just resting my arm there. Okay, alright. Here we go. In the bottom right-hand corner of the map Gladiator, in the purple, playing for aSh, it's game. No, it's your turn. We have to switch off.
Okay.
I'm not one of those hog the attention casters, Kicks.
on the mic. And starting off in the top right 2 o'clock position, we have his opponent, iRk Cubic, in the red.
And because this is a 1v1v1, there's a carry. No, there's nobody for
Yeah,
Okay.
I just
Let's-
here.
There we go.
Okay,
He's
right.
in
You
the
can
top
introduce.
Oh, and here's the no one in the top left corner. Who's gonna win the game for sure?
Sick. Wow, you really nailed that one, Zoe. Fantastic. Cadenzi, I can't give away your.
Oh, now you know where I am. You can find me.
I just accidentally say your social security numbers. I was like, oh wow, sorry, I didn't mean to. I just should have. Wow.
Is this your passport? Or...
This is the most fun. Okay, PvP super fun because you can die to Dark Templars really fast. But maybe we also may not see Dark Templars, and then we get to play a real game of Brood War. So, it's a mixed bag.
You can also see a game where both of them go DTs, and then they both base trade.
And then the blurs run by each other, and both players have like that oh crap moment at the same time. Whose probes die fastest?
Yeah, that's sad, but I have seen a PvP before where it lasts about 40 minutes with both of them having like a cannon and a pylon, and both having like a DT each, so you never know, it could happen here. And
I hope so.
Oh boy.
My favorite.
Quality games of Brood War. Currently, they're building gateways, which, as maybe some new players to the stream may not know, are the main unit of production for the pro. I love doing that. It's like, for some of our newer viewers, this is a map.
building.
Yeah, that's right.
What is this thing moving around?
Okay, well, this is what we
Big
like to
guy.
call Satan. Also a Protoss probe, who is the instrument of our Dark Master's will on this world.
Yeah, I can see the horns.
Oh yeah, that's true. It does have those little horns up towards the top. Obviously an analogy.
And this is just probably the scariest thing in the game. This is a German, and that's just how it is.
It looks pretty lost though. Go on.
I think he's scouting for the top left, but I don't think he sent his probe up there. But
He's trying to find wherever the Rhineland is.
Demilitarization.
It's okay. As soon as he finds that, that's where he's going to stop. He's not going to go anywhere else.
yeah, he's running along. He's having a lot of fun. But this is, of course, like the first game of the day we've never all casted together in like a tri-cast. This is, I believe, the first time you've ever been in the UK, other than the previous.
Yeah, that is true. I was in a different part of the UK. Now I am in yet again another different part of the UK, where neither of these players are. So that's where the analogy really ends.
Yeah. But Rapid, World Traveler, he's casted in Korea, a little bit in America. Now the UK as
probably a little bit more in Korea though.
Yeah.
There's a little bit more out there in the ways of Brood War. The Texas StarCraft 1 scene is maybe a little bit lackluster. Unlike the sick micro we just got to see right there. Describe all that goodness for us, Kix.
We had like a probe and a zealot going in. They only got one probe,
Well,
so
I think
not
the
the
probe
best.
got a kill. Did the
Yeah,
probe get a
probe
kill?
did.
Oh wow, it
So we
did.
got two.
You did say it was a little demon, so there we go, it proves it. But 2 gateways. There's no robo yet. What do we see from Cubic? Well, it looks like we're seeing the same. So mirror builds here and a mirror matchup.
It's the same, but with 2 more probes. So
Yeah.
that's
That
obviously
makes a huge difference.
probably better. Yeah, it's the same thing as like having 2 more mutas in muta versus muta. It's like, well, you might as well just have no mutas on the other side because it's just not
Well,
going to work out so well.
I mean, not only does he have 2 more probes, but he has 300 more APM.
You're giving away the secret.
Oh man.
Almost most importantly is his ability to build Protoss units, which is just probably one of the best skills that you can have in playing Brood War.
In anything, really.
Unfortunately for him, his opponent also has that same ability, which is just really unfortunate.
It is. 54 APM. That's quite possibly the lowest APM I've ever seen in anything I've casted.
I don't know about this. We've had some of the best players ever to play StarCraft were historically low APM. You had guys like Mind, Stork, also very historically low APM. But this is truly historically low APM.
And you know what? Maybe he could be the next dog. And how are we gonna know? This is his moment. This is where he's gonna shine. Can he pull aSh back from the brink of entire defeat in the tournament? They've not won a single series. Can they win one here? Can game help?
Wow, look at the 55 APM Dragoon micro. Incredible.
It's absolutely insane. I've never seen something so incredible in my entire life. And I mean, these reinforcements, they're going to be doing a lot of damage to this army.
The poor Zealot just keeps trying to get his pizza cutters on the other Red Dragoons. He just can't quite catch up. I feel like he's gotten like a bunch of like half attacks, but then the animation doesn't finish when the Dragoon micros backwards. Oh my god. Okay, Cubic, what a god. Immortal Dragoons.
He does, and that Zealot did have 2 kills. I mean, that Zealot was worth its weight in gold there. I think both of those were, in fact, Dragoons. So...
Well, if it were Age of Empires, then it would be worth its weight in gold. But here it's just minerals and gas.
And only minerals, because there's a Zealot, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, the Zealot. That's true.
Doing a lot of damage, so that's pretty cool. I mean, a game is in such an awful position right now. I'm usually very optimistic, but... I mean, he's down 240 APM and down 20 supply in a mirror matchup, and he's lost control of his ramp.
Well, he is playing for his feet, so that is a huge disadvantage.
Yeah. Turns out the Larva strat only really works if you're Larva, so... and this is truly one of the terrible situations to be in on Gladiator, because your base is low ground, so if you lose control of the ramp to your natural, you're just gonna be chilling out for a little bit.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but it looks like we've got Gyro in the chat. He's the leader of White. He's a really cool guy, so hopefully he enjoys the games. I know it's probably quite late in Korea, right? When you usually tune in.
Oh yeah, it's plus 8 hours from UK, so it's basically
like
the middle of the night. Yeah, absolutely. Wow. I mean, this is the time where I would be up watching STPL. So every time I'm in your chat, just know that it's personally a gigantic sacrifice on my part to watch Brood War.
You're like the Americans who tuned in for ProLeague back in 2010. Like, just coming... Like,
I was one of those. Much to my parent and school's chagrin, I did, in fact, stay up way too late to watch tournaments that ultimately paid off, but, you know, maybe not for everybody. But, of course, it pays off for everybody watching Shinhan Tank Pro League, because, I mean, obviously... What else would you be doing with your time?
And where else would I get such an amazing mod?
Oh, that's also, yeah. I have to live up to my... I'm actually not modding your chat right now. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a little bit harder.
Oh, that's right.
And hear me.
Perhaps my favorite ability as a mod.
Oh man, we've got cannons at the top of this ramp as well, just increasing this hard contain.
Yeah, we should also point that out, that he did build cannons on top of the ramp, like...
How do you break this? You need Reavers, like, realistically, and...
Yeah, but then Reavers, the Scarabs, they missed more often when they fire uphill. No, they don't.
I mean, Cubic has an expansion, and I mean... I'm looking at the expansion here, and I think there's a cannon blocking it. That's...
Ooh. See, the terrifying moment for me as the red Protoss player, Cubic, is that I know that at this point, this is where my opponent is triple expanding after having snuck a probe out in a shuttle. Like, right when you think you have the hard contain going on, all of a sudden, they bust out with like 8 gateways worth of stuff, and you're like, wait a second. Clearly, I should have also scouted instead of just building cannons in my opponent's natural. But that's not the case this time. So.
One thing to note, though, Game is going to get +1 attack a lot earlier than his opponent, and here we go, there's a shuttle coming out with 3 Zealots in. The Observer's going to check this and see everything that's coming in as well, so he'll have Dragoon... Oh man, this is bad. This is so unfortunate.
Oh my! GG! Not quite yet, but that was pretty rough.
That was...
Ugh. We can just we can rewind the replay and just show a blank screen there for those moments.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. It's going to take him a long time to build that shot again. And I mean, he's going to get Reavers eventually, but... Does he even have a Reaver? I don't think he's built a Reaver yet, which is kind of unfortunate.
Who needs them?
Why would anyone build a Reaver?
If you're gonna go Robobait, just go shuttle speed, you know?
At least he got plus attack from the forage.
He did. He got +1 attack, and he's got it a lot sooner. That was a nice snipe, actually. Just a shame he lost his Dragoon. And oh my god, more cannons coming in as well. Cubic is just pushing pushing the boot in right now. I mean, Game is probably thinking, you know what, maybe I can still pull this out. I mean, wow. For a second, that Dragoon was outranging the cannon. I don't know how the heck that happened, but he's slowly losing units one by one, and this is looking pretty bad.
Well, programming a circle is in fact the hardest thing to do when you're coding it, so it's in fact just lots of little jaggies. Sometimes you can fit a Dragoon in one of those, but unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's success in our Purple Protoss's future. So GG, iRk takes game number 1. Congratulations, Cubic.
He does indeed. iRk are going to need this win as well. Every single win they do is going to be of vital importance in this in this entire series. If they can win enough games, then they will make it to the playoffs ahead of either White or SouL, depending on who wins. So.
Yeah. So as long as they play players with under 100 APM, I think it's looking good. I don't think that's in their future, but if it is, that's if we had a cool little pop-up here, Kix, this is just a suggestion for future stream improvements. If you wanted to have a keys to the game for each player, of course, the greatest addition to any sports broadcast, you could say things like, APM plus 100 equals win. You could do math, stuff like that. You could say, you'll notice the Protoss player won in that last game, also a big key to victory, obviously, with our 1-game sample size.
That was a pretty important moment.
Perhaps if you wanted to get build order advice from Twitch chat as well, high up there on the list of successful things every pro gamer has done.
Especially the random people on chat, they know what they're talking about, let's be honest.
I mean, that's where I get feedback for casting all the time, so that's obviously why I'm such a great commentator. As are we all.
Except me, because I don't even fucking talk.
People have said in the chat though that you're not mumbling, you're enunciating.
Well, I think they're wrong because I'm definitely mumbling.
Why would you do such a thing?
That's the key to casting. If you try and fake mumbling, you speak normally, but if you don't, you mumble. It's just the only thing that makes sense.
Wise words. We're learning so much today. Anyway, there's more games in this tournament, right, Kix?
There is. And I'm going to throw it over to the intro quickly, and then we can get on with the second game of the series.
Have to do the sound effects. Okay. One winner. aSh. Disturbed. Wait, I didn't see the end of that. Yeah, I didn't see it.
Disturbed mind.
FBW. iRk. And other sick 3-letter abbreviations. Net Wars. Those guys that write way too much in a foreign language. Psystorm is a good unit. Red. Are there more teams in here? Oh my, how did you find all these? Rev! Strength in knowledge. Is that really what? Oh my god, my mind is blown right now. What does SouL stand for? Probably just SouL.
SouL, yeah.
TL. White. There we go. The Shinhan tank. ProLeague.
I'm gonna have to get you to record that for my next intro. I could get it off the VOD, it's fine. But you know what? Let's kick it on up back to the camera just while I set up the rest of the overlay.
Wait, I thought we were going into game, Kix!
We do, but first
Not
I have
today.
to introduce the next one, and I need to set the overlay up
I'm
quickly.
casting with trolls.
And you know what? I don't know who this player is from aSh, so...
Oh yeah.
Just wait until you see this guy's name, guys. It's really good.
That would be good to know. Okay, so first off, step number 1, we have to find out who's playing. We at least know that Favorite's playing.
We do, and you know what? For the benefit of this cast, that's definitely not aSh, I'm certain. Double check. Maybe it is. It's gonna be Tear. So
Okay,
it's gonna be a PvT. That much is known, so that's pretty good to know.
sick.
I mean, PvT is pretty cool. I like PvT. I don't know about you guys.
Well, as a PvT expert yourself, I'm sure you'll have lots of
PvT,
insightful wisdom.
I mean, it's my best matchup outside of TvT, so...
So who would you say was a favorite of this game?
I think favorite. And that was actually really good.
Well, and now it's a duo cast, so we're just gonna...
Yeah, that was pretty good fun.
I don't know how Cadenzi's gonna cast from being locked outside for the rest of this tournament, but that'll be impressive to watch.
I don't know. We can only leave when the card lets us out. So.
Oh, that's right.
It's pretty bad. Like it's
Maybe she'll get put in solitary confinement.
Mr. Lamb will save me.
Oh, that's right. Well, we haven't told the story of Mr. Lamb. Maybe we can just tell that right now.
probably a good idea.
Well, we have to wait to start the game first.
Yeah, fair enough. So this is almost done. I'm just quickly putting the colors in.
Yeah,
So professional.
I was gonna say, as a brief shout out to having been able to finally watch the behind the scenes here at the Shinhan Tank Pro League, is that there's a wealth of high level technical wizardry happening right now. This includes things like multiple lines of programming, big pretty picture windows that are being clicked on. And more impressively so, the ability to do all of this while not responding to trolls in Twitch chat, which is, of course, what I have the most difficulty with. So I'm very overwhelmed right now with the level of production.
Well, thank you. And I mean, this level of production brings us our next game. And it's going to be Favorite fighting for iRk versus Tear. Now, Tear, I do not, like... I have a personal grudge against Tear because he played Protoss against me on ladder and built cannons everywhere and I lost. And he did that 3 times and that made me feel pretty bad, you know? But you say don't hide the Twitch chat. I'm not hiding the Twitch
It
chat.
also says don't hide the body pillow, but not hidden at all.
No, it's actually just right here.
It's actually just in full view every time. What are you talking about?
Okay, but you know what? Yeah, it's going to be a PvT, it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be on Polaris Rhapsody. Now, there's a bit of a weird story recently because Blizzard decided to tweet out what's better out of Third World and Polaris Rhapsody, so whether or not this is going into a map pool for something, or maybe the Blizzard...
I made the mistake of answering that tweet seriously and then looked at all the other ones and it's just like total biased trolls, so...
my tweet was serious.
Okay, right. Yours and like, I think maybe our
Foxhan.
Oh, yeah.
Well. Because mine was like, oh, there's a bit of a more established meta, but they're both pretty good. It'd be nice to explore.
Well, also it's a little bit hard to compare like a brand new map to an old school map, when also they're very different. Yeah,
this is a very weird 2-player map. You've got the 10 o'clock and 5 o'clock spawns, you have the double gas in 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock, and there's mini bridges, little chokes absolutely everywhere, and middle only thirds, so that could play into this now, so that's not too bad. So let's not waste any more time, let's get into the game. And let's get started with our second game of the evening. Now to click a few random buttons. There we go.
I think our sound effects are really killing it today, Kix.
I need them. I need professional sound effects. I just need to get paid.
It is actually strangely surreal to hear you like do the intros like in person and then like think back to all those sleepless nights I had. All those sleepless nights I had staying up to watch the Shinhan Tank Pro League, hearing nothing but Kix's dulcet tones. There we go.
And he's asking if he practiced for his game. But yeah, starting us off. I don't know, but starting us off
play Kix maps?
In the top left corner, it's gonna be fighting for iRk. It's gonna be Favorite.
And here in the bottom right corner, it's who's winning to? Oh, Tear.
Yeah, Tear. I think it is.
Player for aSh.
Wait, hold on. I got a meme here, but I can't find my phone. I have to figure out what country. Oh, is it Iran?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. The capital of Iran is Tehran, which is both the player and the race that he's playing right here. So there's like some sick Middle Eastern joke right there, but I didn't quite pay enough attention in geography class. It was there. I think we can all appreciate that glory without necessarily having to have the perfect execution.
Here comes the oil baron SCV now.
Why is it an oil baron?
I don't know.
Because you're continuing the metaphor, and I just let it drop right there.
Oh man, that's some cool shit, but we see Tear or 1A, 2A, 3A going for a 11-12, so fairly standard, nothing too crazy from him. And we see Gateway First from Favorite, so... I mean, not too much to say. Gonna be a Cybernetics core moving into Dragoons, I guess, pretty quickly. And this is a pretty good map to fast expand, so we could see that soon as well.
Where would you fast expand to, Kix?
I mean the natural.
Oh my god! All right. Hold on. I have to pull out my build order notebook right here. I have to close my map of Iran and.
Oh, which natural though? The opponent's natural.
I don't know. I think I'd have to expand to my own one. I don't play Zerg or
That's very
Protoss,
risky
so
though, isn't it?
taking your own natural, that's fairly
How are you
normal.
going to defend it?
Well, it's risky because it's exactly where your opponent would expect you to take a natural.
Yeah, it is, and I guess the thing is, I can't expand anywhere else on the map because of all the American air bases, so I kind of have to expand in my own territory, unfortunately.
Well, currently, thankfully, there are no neutral buildings like air bases in this. Wait, are there? No.
On this map.
Yeah. Okay, I was thinking, like, what if there's some random destructible temple here? But no, thankfully, we got rid of those a long time ago. The Masasi aren't here anymore, so we just get a chance to expand wherever we want, unless there's a pesky probe blocking your expo.
Yep, and probes can be very annoying. I mean, Terran don't so much need to deal with that, they just build their CC in the main.
Oh, no, but it's about the moral victory kicks. Like, if you can
Yeah.
make a Terran build his command center one hex off, like, who truly is the victor there?
It's definitely, like, I mean, even, not only theoretically, practically the Protoss is ahead, because the Terran has to waste like 5 seconds trying to move the command center.
Well, it's
so
also,
damn
like,
slow.
crucial APM, and knowing that he'll never truly be as good as the probe that blocked his expansion.
Now, I thought for a second aSh was going to build, well, not aSh, Ter was going to build some cool crazy proxy thing like a starport, but you know what? He's not. He's just building standard buildings, but...
Well, also, if he had built it right there, then, like, that proxy location is, like, 0.5 seconds closer. But
it's
I think
actually
it's
further away, I think.
But it's about hiding the tech.
Why is the turret so early?
I do not know. Like,
What could he possibly be preparing for? Did he? Wait, he saw the expo, right?
the expo's only just gone up. He's not actually scouted yet, I don't
Okay.
think.
He's gonna see this and really regret building early static defense.
Yeah, I mean, this tech, I mean, there's no tech here from Favorite, so nothing too much going on for him. Now, he is going to go into Robo, so maybe that, I mean, maybe the
Extremely
turret is...
preemptive turret.
It is,
like
yeah.
3
He
minutes early.
He wants to make sure he's safe. You never know when
Both
DTs
players
are
are just
into
getting
this.
detection as fast as possible. Just to get
We've
me
even
out.
got a turret on the ramp as well. It's like he thinks there's DTs, but there's no reason to think that so far.
I mean, the number of games that I have blind countered DTs and then won against DTs that were then blind countered, like, as long as that number goes up higher, like, the losses that I have to incur along that road to glory are totally worth it.
What about that one loss where you lose to the DTs even though you super
Okay, well,
prepared against the
that is truly the horror of my existence, and at no point will I ever overcome those moments. But every time I do hard counter or blind counter a DT build, like, those are truly what victories are made of. Every time that happens, an angel gets its wings.
Yeah, and there's a thing, like, you can be someone like Artosis, and I remember there was one, I think it was one of his TSL casts he did, where he was just so angry about a DT drop. Like, oh man, he went so mad about that because he lost to it a lot. And that was like the anti-Artosis build, if I remember rightly. You know what? Just drop DTs in the main. Like,
Well, the problem about DTs is like that, you know, there's that uphill miss chance, and it's about like, what is it, like 53.8% or whatever it is. But then there's also that chance that the DT gets out of your scan range, and you think that it's about the distance from the scan. No. It's completely random if they get that last shot off or not.
yeah.
It's just so frustrating. Once that happens, the game is basically over. You've lost. You have to scan again. Thankfully, it doesn't cost you like the opportunity cost of dropping a mule in this one, but you know, you at least get the moral victory of saving that DT randomly. But that's not going to happen this game because we have preemptive turrets.
We do, and it's not going to be Reaver either, but it is going to be Templar. Could be 2 base Arbiter, I guess. He could be moving in towards that. Arbiter's pretty good on this map. There's a lot of dead space around the main in pretty much both directions, so it would be a pretty good choice.
Is it going to do the new sort of extra double super up?
Well, so we've already coined a term for that, right? Grant Davies, I believe it was on Twitter, he calls this total recall. It's like...
That's a really good name.
It's so funny. That's it. That's all I have.
Then again, some of the other ones have been really bad. So you
Oh,
know
that's definitely true.
Total Recall is a
That's
pretty
by
good name.
far not the worst name that I've
Yeah.
heard for it.
It's not the worst. It's certainly not the best, but then again, it's acceptable.
A seagull flew into jail. How did that get in there, Mr. Seagull? This is for prisoners only.
I want to be a prisoner too.
Not for long, you won't. You're imprisoned in here just like the other inmates watching us in chat. Okay, back to the matter at hand.
I completely lost track of what's going on because the seagull just hit me in the face.
Seagulls, where do they come from?
They're just fucking everywhere, man. The thing is, you've not been to... Have you been to a coastal place in the UK yet?
I mean, basically all of Scotland is pretty coastal. We had some seagulls up there.
I mean, no, you have not been.
We.
I mean, Edinburgh, you could say, is coastal.
Is it? Oh, I mean, yes. Of course, it's the
But you were
ocean.
never at the actual coast of Edinburgh.
The seagulls, you know, they get around.
Yeah, but you go to like a seaside town and there is just thousands of seagulls everywhere.
Yeah, I didn't see quite thousands of them. There were a few.
Yeah, I mean, we see a couple of vultures going down without laying any... Well, they laid one mine, which is not really worth
Wait, did
it.
they really?
Yeah, one mine in the top right corner, that was
Oh
it.
boy.
The-
And yet somehow, by virtue of laying one mine, their death was not in vain. It's still cost effective as long as you get that one mine out there.
I don't know. Like, I'm usually quite optimistic, but I'd say that was a bit of a mistake losing those vultures like that. Early mines is so important, and just
But you
wasting
need the
any.
supply to make more vultures to make more mines, right?
Yeah, I mean, you just have to free
You
up the
don't need
supply
vultures.
first.
Now, Favourite is expanding to this third base here, which is kind of an interesting choice. It's a little bit closer to the Terran. Of course, it is away from this high ground pod here, which makes it a little bit easier to defend.
Isn't there like only 1,000 in each stack there?
Yeah, it's a really small base, so makes it a little bit harder, I think, here. Okay, we can't click on that because it's not revealed, but I mean, Tez doing a pretty good job. He is a little bit far down in supply. We do see Arbiter Tribunal is up, Recall being researched as well, so pretty cool.
Love Protosses, they get recall before stasis, because there's so many pushes that you really have to have stasis for, and if you encounter any of those, you're just like, well, I can recall, but that doesn't really stop the tanks that are going to kill me. But with stasis, I really do hope we get a chance to watch, what is it? There's two ways to do it, right? There's like, you can do it on a probe that gets mineral walked into the middle of your army, or two Templar merging.
That's
Yeah.
right.
But I'm hope. The hope is still alive.
Especially going Recall first as well, it could be something that he does plan to do. It looks like he's going to move out. He's going to have to defend against this push first. This is the thing I was mentioning, where it's so hard to hold off against this base. I mean, it's just a small choke here to try and help defend it.
Yeah, every time Protoss expands towards a Terran player, that's a lot of optimism required for that. Especially if you're going recall first and not stasis first. Because like this
Oh my
fight
god,
is where
there's
you
no
need
scan.
it.
Oh, now there is, but he's on siege all of his tanks, and these Dragoons are getting out on top on absolutely everything here.
Is that perhaps the worst unsiege possible? I think that's close.
It's
Yeah.
fine. He's got like 5 turrets, so he's good.
He'll really be able to stop those arbiters from recalling into his base.
He just really hates observers, that's it. He's like, no, I don't want you seeing my stuff. I'm just gonna build 10 turrets in my main at the beginning of the game, it's all good. I mean, thing is, hiding the factory count from the observer, very, very important, but...
Oh, here comes the total recall.
Is he gonna do it?
What is that today? Just an observer.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Disappointed.
When was the Total Recall thing technically rediscovered but made popular all of a sudden? It
Like
was,
last week, I guess?
Yeah, was it before Sunday? I think it was, wasn't it?
Definitely was.
Yeah.
I was
so-
I was watching for it on Sunday, but nobody even attempted it, so it's not like it's
Ooh, that
I don't know
was
if
a
it's
nice
quite
win.
ready for pro play yet.
Yeah, I saw Best do it on ladder against... Who was he playing against? It was...
Just watched a movie do it the other day. He was pulling it off pretty consistently, but it does like really require a lot of attention.
Was Movie the one who did it against 4GG, and he just did it in his main, and like 4GG had 15 mines, and only one of them went off. That was
It was a large tragedy.
It was. Like, the clip ended from what I saw. I've not seen his whole stream, but like it just ended with Movie just being super happy, and I can only just imagine 4GG's face was like, what the hell is going on here?
Well, truly, every Protoss that does this and gets a win with it, like you know the look that they get on their face. I'll tell you, if you want to imagine every Protoss that wins a game because of this being able to recall a ton of stuff into their base, it looks a whole lot like colon greater than. If you type that out, that's what it looks like, or a colon close bracket. Like that's exactly what their face looks like when they win games because of these things.
And especially, I mean, Zero's Zerg, but like whenever you saw the people drawing Zero, he'd always have like the square bracket. So that's what it'd be like in the ASL when he finally gets back from the army. That kind of leads me to like, I do wonder if the military service is going to end once there is finally reunification of Korea eventually. Because will there be a point of doing it anymore?
Well, they'll have to keep it up for a while, I would imagine.
Well, truly, the biggest purpose is cycling out pro gamers that win every game they play.
I know, it's bad, isn't it? Like, poor Bisu.
We've got to have at least a 2-year period where Flash doesn't win everything.
It's
or
gonna
we
be a
just
while,
make
though.
him play snow and anti-Terran maps in every tournament.
It'll be fine, though, because Fantasy will be back soon, and he's going to beat Flash in every TVT. It's
Yeah,
just-
I hate to break it to you, Kix. When I was having coffee with Fantasy the other day, besides saying that he would never play Brood War again, he also was like, fuck that Kix guy. So,
yeah, he's an
sorry.
asshole.
Apparently it didn't work that well. Like, he said you said it was you, but it was actually him. I don't know. It was a long story.
Yeah, it's a weird story.
Just let it go.
What is all the stuff at Terran's third base? Loads of
Mines.
mines.
Oh no, loads of turrets. 'Cause why not?
Turrets and mines. Can't really think of two better things to have at a base.
To be honest, like he's doing a really good job keeping his minerals low. Like he is on 3 bases, but he does have that mineral only base, and it is kind of hard to spend your minerals as Terran. But I mean, his gas is so high. I almost feel like he's missing out on a lot of tanks here that you could have.
That's actually not as many factories as I expected to see. I mean, he's on what? Is it 4 bases right now?
3 bases. He's not got a 4th one yet.
Okay, sorry. I see large blobs of stuff. I automatically assumed there were minerals there. But, yeah, that is just 3 bases. So 5 facts on 3 bases, whereas Protoss is actually kind of getting a little bit out of control. Why aren't I seeing large blobs of Terran stuff in the Protoss's business?
He doesn't have that much supply. Like he's not really been losing units, but his supply just hasn't really been
Well,
going
he
up.
lost those first early tanks, and I think that kind of hamstrung him a little bit.
Yeah, this is the sort of moment where if you're watching Flash play and you'd just be sitting there going, well, you may have lost everything, but just play like I do and then we win anyway. And it's like,
The Kicks build.
that's the Flash build. Like, I don't get it. It's like he loses everything and still wins. It's like, how do you do this? But here we go. It looks like we're going to have a big engagement here from, well, I mean, the Vultures are going to be a little bit out of position, but he's going to have to do something about this Protoss player soon.
Or will he? Thankfully, there's an observer there, so it shouldn't be too difficult to clear out all the mines. That means that Protoss has the high ground, and by virtue of that, can take the 12 o'clock and 2 o'clock bases. So this is probably something the Terran has to try to work on, but you're pushing uphill. Always feels a little bit bad. That's actually quite a few Dragoons, and there's not a lot to stop this.
Yeah, I mean, this one tank, people do say tanks are OP, but there we go, dies without killing one, but oh, there was actually a big stasis at the back, and SouL does go in, drops
Oh, that also
back.
blocks the choke points, so no more Terran reinforcements can even come to the top half of the map.
Yeah, and this command center forced to fly away as well. This is just a very bad situation for Ter to be in. It's going to be so hard to expand from here, and the Protoss opponent's taking the bottom left base. There we go, there's 4 turrets, come in handy there, taking down the shuttle. Oh my god, this Zealot is doing so much damage though. Nothing can kill it.
What a god!
Got like 3 or 4 tanks here. Oh,
No,
the
here
SCV's
comes
coming out.
SCVs of Doom.
There we go. Them.
The oil barons.
The oil barons of Tehran.
Coming to take us.
It'd be even better if they had partially mined a gas geyser and were carrying around little barrels of nuclear oil. Yeah.
Oh man. But here we go, like, favorites moving in. There's so little from the Terran play here, but there's still not been a recall whatsoever. I mean, favorite hasn't really needed to do it though, so I guess that's the point. Oh, but this is so... Oh, this could be a big find. But not going to be big enough. And this is one of those awkward moments this Terran where you're trying to hold on, you don't want to give up. Like, he knows that his team hasn't done perfectly, and he wants to get that win, try and sort of edge out of the way of iRk, but it's just not paying out for him at the moment.
Have you noticed any secret strats, Denzi, from watching favorite play?
It looks like maybe he just likes to toy with his opponent a whole bunch. I'm on the brink of death.
Would you say that
not quite kill them?
Perhaps this is a strategy that he might have learned from a notable member of the foreign Brood War community?
The known bullies?
Oh yeah. None of those are here, of course. This is a non-bully zone.
Yeah, no bully, please.
That's right.
There are a few in the chat though. Even the person who got most, well, I think there was like some weird foreign Brood War Discord awards, and someone won most likely to bully, and then I won most likely to be bullied.
That's why we're here, kids.
It is. But yeah, that was a huge mind drag just then, but I mean, poor Ted is mined out of his natural, mined out of his main. He's holding on with a few tanks, this one not even sieging. And I mean, the oil barons going away, trying to build a wall, pulling in the Trump strats, but it's just not paying off.
It turns out you actually need more than just only Dragoons to win the game. Maybe some Zealots, perhaps an Arbiter. Oh, or those!
The most useful talent to have.
Oh man, I did not realize these were coming in. I completely forgot to check the Protoss base. But yeah, this is going to be the thing that ends the game. But you know what? Maybe not. There's 4 turrets here already. And they're going to be doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, there's twice as many carriers as there are turrets.
If they were Flash's turrets, though, they'd kill all the carriers. Like, I don't get how Flash does it. But you know what? I mean, this is probably the death knell push from the Protoss. He's pushing in on the oil barons. The oil barons not even able to get any oil at this base. So they're going to be pretty upset with their lives. And this command center is going to go down.
And this is where he just pulls back and just hangs out for a while, expands everywhere, and just toys with his opponent even more.
He doesn't even need to expand, he's got carriers, he can just sort of sit there, but, I mean, King of Turrets, Son of Flash, gonna be getting lots of turrets in his main. I still don't think this is gonna be enough.
Yeah, this is the real pro player strat. This is where in FPS, if you've ever crouched in the corner, pointing your gun at a doorway and just stayed there for maybe like 10 plus minutes, this is the same version of that pro gamer strat where, you know, maybe it loses you some games, but the games it wins you, like, those are the ones where you get that colon greater than symbol on your face. So he has managed to build the pro gamer turret ring around his base, which saves him from the carriers for a brief moment, but at what cost, right?
Yeah, I mean, I said he was mined out as natural, but he's not. They were just idle SCVs before, but how on earth is he going to stop these carriers in his main? Some of the carriers took a lot of damage.
Though.
Oh, he's losing both of his vessels, so does he get the EMP off? He doesn't have enough energy.
Getting a few shots in this one carrier, he might even do some damage to it.
GG. Yeah, unfortunately, going out to favorite, and that's going to lead us on to our third game very, very shortly. But
I believe that makes it 2-0 for iRk.
It does, and I'm moving further and further out of the shot somehow.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're bullying kicks out of the screen. Can't even cast anymore.
Yeah, I'm done. But yeah, I mean, this has been pretty fun so far. But let's throw up the intro. If you want to do the cool sound effects again, you can.
Also, that was a one-time only.
Oh man,
you get one free. You got to pay for the rest of them.
That's what it is. That's why you're in the UK. You're trying to get more caster money.
Oh yeah, there we go. I've mined it all out of Korea, and I'm coming for the UK brood work.
Trying to take over the brood war foreign scene as well. Like, you're too big now.
I can't let you do it. How dare you support the scene in your country?
It's like it's wrong. Where all these viewers, they're not watching ASL right now.
Yeah.
They're not watching rap.
Luckily, though, I had one of my bags of money was empty, and I brought that with me, so I can fill it with all of yours and then take it back with me.
You can. Let me just quickly...
Just agree to it.
You know what? I don't have that much money. You wouldn't probably.
You're a pretty agreeable guy, Kix.
I am. I like agreeing with people. It's nice.
Let's take some of these enemy dogs.
We're gonna throw those in there too.
Yeah.
Thank us later.
You know what, this is... I mean, we're talking over the intro, but that's fine, because this next game, Cadenzi may have something to say, because it's a DVD.
Oh my, finally! I know you guys thought that it was two dudes and a ambidextrous movable body pillow, but sometimes Cadenzi does say something. The intro's still going.
It is. It's 52 seconds. It gives me enough time to set everything up, but because I'm talking to you guys as well.
It's okay. It's okay. You focus on setting things up, and we will.
Bring the quality memes.
Yeah, we'll entertain the chat as the silver-tongued termagants that we are.
And you're pretty good at it as well. I mean, you make a profession out of it, so you would hope you were good.
Yeah, somehow I'm allowed to do my job. We're still not totally okay on those details, but it's a thing that exists.
And I mean, this is going to be a pretty cool game coming up. And I mean, to point out, one of the players is the only person so far to take a game off of Cadenzi in the BSL ProLeague. So
how did that happen, Cadenzi?
We don't talk about that game.
Okay.
We'll never discuss it ever again.
Let's pretend that game didn't happen.
What game?
Exactly. That's just some next level stuff.
So you're choosing the color blue. Nice.
Yeah, blue,
Best
of course,
color.
the best Zerg color by far. Close only to what's the second best Zerg player? Maybe red.
Red's good.
Purple's pretty good. Yeah, we do.
Truly,
have
the
purple
best
as well,
the
so-
best Zerg colors are orange and brown, playing on Fighting Spirit. Like
no, that's the worst.
that is perhaps
That is-
the best.
That is pretty
What
terrible.
game did I cast? I think it was it a best game? No, it was one of the PvPs in ASL. The cast a purple or an orange Protoss versus a yellow Protoss, and that was just when you have two Archons, and the only way to differentiate the Archons are the spinny things around them. Those give you, that makes me feel some type of way. That's all I'm trying to say. So let's go ahead and introduce our players.
So starting us off, for iRk, it's going to be Kamizag. He's got 1 win, 1 loss so far, so not doing too bad. He's not really... We've had 6 games of iRk, so this is his 3rd appearance, so not too bad. And his opponent is going to be Jojo fighting for aSh. Now, Jojo not had as much luck so far. He's lost his first game. This is going to be his 2nd game, and he's going to be looking to make a little bit more of a dent, and he's also fighting for his team's life here, because it is currently 2-0 to iRk.
Yeah, I'm glad the teams play on past the 3-0, but yeah, this is their life. And it's going to be on the appropriately named map Judgment Day. I think the only more appropriately named map is oh man, I'm drawing a blank. I'll remember it later. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Judgment Day, a pretty cool map. Fully flat map, apart from the droppable ledges, but we probably won't see that too much in this
I'm
coming
pretty sure
CBV.
no one ever plays ZVZ on this map, ever. You're never going to get someone practicing ZVZ on Judgment Day. I don't think so.
Maybe. iRk have been taking this pretty seriously, though. They're the only team that's beaten White and SouL.
That
So-
is, like, impossible.
But that's
actually.
also just insane to think about. It's like, I mean,
Yeah.
these are teams with like actual Korean pro gamers on them, or just like really good players in general. So that definitely impresses me.
They are, and let's not waste any more time. Let's head on over to the game, and let's get started with our next CBZ here. Here's where I break.
We need one of those NPR generic intro sounds for each game.
Well, I was trying to get something like, you know, in the old Pro League, they had that like cool like brrrng sound when they brought up the overlay, and I was trying to work out how to make that work, but I couldn't do it.
Oh, Jojo's doing cross map Overlord Scout. The mind games.
He's going for the ultimate overloading. It's take forever to do anything.
It's like, what if I just had no information for as long as possible?
Just hide it in the middle of the map. for
This
no
is where he
reason.
also goes 2-hatch before pool and just like psychologically abuses Kabe Zergs. Like, how could you know?
It's gonna be a proxy hatchery in the middle though. He's next level. He's practiced this map, and they're playing on Grand Line, which is not Judgment Day. Did I get the map wrong? I think I got the map wrong.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's going to be Grand Line. That's not as fitting of a name, but
I mean, it's the same map, to be honest.
it's
Who are you
pretty
trying
different.
to fill?
I don't know, it's pretty different. I mean, I could explain some of the differences. Like, here's one right here, there's an island base. Didn't really get that in Judgment Day, but
Well,
still.
no one's ever going to go there at CVC, did.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what are they gonna do? Research Overlord drop?
They're getting at Niduses. This is going to be a high-level CVC.
Yeah, but how do you build the Nidus in there?
Oh man, that's a good point. That's a really big point, actually. Maybe they'll flying drone glitch over the gap.
And then you can't build anything else. Then
You could build an off-center hatchery.
I don't think there's enough room.
No,
for
there's
that.
not enough room. Oh my god, you're right. It's like they've thought of all these things ahead of time.
Can you not mine with a flying drone? I've never done it.
I have no idea. Old glitch that I have no idea about.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think anybody does that anymore.
I think it was banned in tournaments a long, long time ago by Kesper, so that's probably why.
But is it banned in your tournament kicks?
Wasn't it patched out?
Possibly. I don't actually know.
If it's not, Cadenzi's about to go way up there on the ladder.
You're not wrong.
I mean, a lot of the glitches aren't technically banned on ladder. If you think about it, like you could. I don't think you can get to the allied menu, so you can't do allied mines. But there are some other weird ones that you can probably do, like worker stacking. That works.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we've got both players here going for Zerglings, so we're gonna have a little bit of a brawl in the middle of the map. Although, oh man, they could actually just circle each other here. This
Yeah,
could
it's
be.
the classic double 9 pill. Well, he's hiding his Zerglings.
A
Is he
literal
intentionally
god.
hiding his Zerglings?
Oh my god, what a mastermind.
Oh, he's getting all of these if he goes in, but
No, he's just really confused, isn't he?
yeah.
Oh, did he miss them?
Doesn't know where the bases are.
Oh my god. No! Not
this is gonna
like
be huge.
This
this!
is why he's doing cross-map Overlord scouting.
Oh my.
He's sending them to 6 o'clock where there's like nothing.
What am I watching? How does it feel to be at
Okay.
the top of /r cringe?
I don't want to call match fixing, but I
Sure,
mean, he
Jojo.
sees the lings in his base and he ran away, so.
He's trying his best.
These are the
He just
Eagle
really has to find his
Scoutlings
base.
that are trying to get their Explore 100% of the map merit badge.
I was about to say, you know what, he could eventually get up here and there's no defense, but there is a load of lings here, so.
Jojo downloaded StarCraft Remastered on Steam and is trying to get that achievement for exploring every second of the map.
I don't think he's
Next
gonna get
level
it though.
scouting.
No, I think he may possibly miss out on that one. I do believe his buildings will all die before he can do that.
Admire his determination though.
Yeah, he's still staying in. He's only got 4 drones left, but 4's better than 0. He's doing the fantasy GG. If you've still got work on mining, there's no point leaving. But there's more and more lings being added on from Kamizerg here, and he is just completely going for the kill.
I always like to call it the clearly inferior player to Flash GG, but you can also call it that.
I'm being trolled in my own home.
You can't leave the game until
Listen, you can't
find
kick
your
us out of your
opponent.
house now, Kicks.
I know, it's too late. You know where I live, so it's like, I kind of have to keep you here or you'll burn it down.
Here comes the counter-attack. It's unstoppable. There's no way you can defend this, right? Surely?
There's absolutely
Come
no
on.
way. Eventually, the other Zerglings are going to come back from the other map where they've been exploring, and they'll push up this. They'll come in from behind the Zerg base in the top right.
Please just let him win. For the fans.
Yeah, I was gonna say, out of pure sympathy.
You know what? It's 12 supply to 16 somehow, so I think there's actually a decent number of Zerglings here for Jojo, but he's fighting into an awkward concave.
So we all know concave beats convex.
And GG.
GG. Wow.
What a GG that wasn't.
Imagine. Wow. I really thought it was close there for a while, guys.
So did I. I mean, the Spire's coming up, but I mean, let's take a long time to shoot things. So
The Lewis and Clark Zerglings finally met up against their arch nemesis, which was more Zerglings. That's what stopped them from exploring more of North America.
Yeah, and that's kind of crazy if you think about it, because that was a really quick game. Like, I expected to have a
Was
few
it?
longer games.
Seems like a really long one.
Well, all
That was
things
really
considered,
long.
yes,
For
that was a very
ZVZ.
long
For
ZVZ.
ZVZ, that was actually quite long. I think it probably would have ended with a pro gamer as soon
For
as
a
the links got in
CBC
the
where you
main.
scout the wrong base like 3 times. Very long.
And then cross map Overlord Scout as well.
Oh god. All right. So with that victory, that means it's a 2-1 right now.
It is indeed, and that means we're going to throw up the intro once again, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Can't believe he's still around. Oh my.